So we're back again with yet again another episode of The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD. In the last episode, we made our way to the Lanayru province, and it is beautiful. I am loving this scenery so much, except the fact that we can't, make our way all the way into the Temple of Time, but we are left with that beautiful Hylian crest that we were just, off in the scenery just admiring because we can admire it, because it's there. Yeah. Anyway, in this episode, we are going to be kicking some major butt because we're going to be going through more of this province in particular and upgrading a couple of items, so there's that. So it's been a little while since I've done something like this in particular, but I'm going to go ahead and provide a list for what I'm going to go ahead and show that we need to upgrade stuff in this episode. I'm going to be upgrading 2 items. One of them I'm going to upgrade once, and one of them I'm going to upgrade it twice. That is the shield and the beetle. I'm going to go from the banded shield to the braced shield. I'm going to go from the hook beetle to the quick beetle, from that to the tough beetle. The resources we need are 7 amber relics, 2 monster claws, 2 tumbleweeds, 1 ornamental skull, 5 ancient flowers, 2 hornet larvas, 1 golden skull, 1 bluebird feather, and 1 goddess plume. And to meet that quota, all I gotta go ahead and do is get 2 more ancient flowers and 2 more amber relics. Yeah, sorry if that was pretty jump cutty, but it is like a list of things that I had planned to do for this episode. But go ahead and catch one of these little, Gerudo dragonflies, because it will, fill in their space on the chart. These stunning insects have compound eyes more beautiful than rupees and wings as transparent as glass. Dragonfly. Nice. I had to do the nice, otherwise it, wasn't complete. Anyway, we have to go ahead and bop that good old time shift stone right behind us. I did not like the way that it did that at all. I could have just very easily turned around with ease, but hey, go ahead and just bop that and we will be good to go. And what's up, Technoblin? You're gonna go ahead and conquer me in this episode? I think not. Fall to your doom. Anyways, go ahead and just jump up in here, and we will go on to our next little area. Now, the biggest benefit of the hook beetle is just, again, being able to grab bombs, not just only bombs, but objects like beehives, electric orbs, or whatever it is you come across that's like spherical like this. But anyway, go ahead and hover right over this tree, and go ahead and just drop in this bomb right there. Now, one thing that will save some grief is setting out your beetle again, because what you can do is jump in this minecart and head into that, spot, but there is a baba plant just attached to the ceiling, which I don't want to go ahead and face. Just go ahead and launch your beetle in here again, because it does, like, kind of, beat having to aim for that with your sword or whatever. But anyway, go ahead and just put that beetle away and jump on in here. Making sure I didn't pass up any ancient flowers or nothing. Go ahead, just chop them open. Or whatever. I did hear, like, a drop. That he got. Was it like a jelly blob? Yep, it was a jelly blob. Can I grab it? Can I? No! Fine. Fine. I will take my ancient flower and scurry off. Anyway, go ahead and take out these little octoroks here. Ow. Take 2. Anyways. Sorry about that. And it turns out that Gorko made his way here too, so go and talk to him. Good to see you, bud. Looks like you pop up everywhere, though I am one to talk. Anyway, bud, there's something I am dying to tell you. It is the discovery of the century. This is a sacred place known as the Temple of Time. I could not believe my eyes when I saw a human who lives on the legendary Isle of the Goddess. It wore clothes just like the ones written about in the ancient manuscripts, and it looked just like you, bud. It came with another person, and they entered the temple. I wanted to chase after them. But then there was an explosion all of a sudden. And the entrance, well, you can see for yourself, bud. I do not think that we are getting past this mess. I just wish we could find out what is happening on the other side. Oh, I can tell you exactly what's happening on the other side. Because I'm not going to tell you. You got to find out for yourself. Anyway, go ahead and get out your hook beetle again. And go ahead and grab this little bum here. And just chill our way on across the baseline and bop that rock. Because it unveils a time shift stone. Because it's beautiful. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and bop that stone. I've been using the word bop lately a lot. I can also twist it, pull it, and shout it. Anyway. Yep, another robot that we have to go ahead and save from Technoblins because we have nothing better to do. Anyway. Stab him. And then stab him. Haha. Not today. Okay. I got interrupted by a cutscene during a finishing move. That doesn't happen very often in life. Anyway, what's up? That was scary, Verm. Thanks for helping me. Bzzzt. This is the Temple of Time. Within it is the sacred gate of time made by the goddess Bzzzt. It's my job to patrol outside the temple, Verm. If you want to reach the gate of time, you will need to pass through that door, Bzap. Huh? Need another way in, Fooey. Well, Lanayru Mining Facility and the Temple of Time are connected to underground. Bzzzt. Lanayru Mining Facility is right here. This map, it looks inaccurate. Bzzzt. I'm going to fix it for you, Vzrm. You know, I appreciate the deeds that robots do for me in this game. This is just one of them. Hey, I appreciate you wanting to fix my very vague map, bro. I appreciate it. Lanayru Mining Facility is just ahead. Good luck, Vert. Oh, I know what you're looking for. You're looking for a favor in return, aren't you? A report, Master LSP. The map you possess corresponds to the actual terrain of this area with only 35% accuracy. The robot you met earlier modified your map to show you past terrain that is now submerged below the sink sand. Thanks, Phi. You know, Phi as a companion has given me so much logic and numerical reasoning, it's laughable. But anyway, right on over here, and we can go ahead and get our second ancient flower for this episode that we're going to go ahead and need. So, go ahead and just push this minecart over there, and right up there, we can spot our 12th Goddess Cube that we're going to go ahead and pick up right now. So go ahead and ready a Goddess Strike, turn off to the left, and bash it. You can never miss it. Funnily enough, Goddess Cubes in some way don't actually, you know, appear that missable. But anyway, as long as they're there and we're picking them up, that's really all we gotta do. Let me go ahead and get rid of these little Octoroks here, and we should have no problems whatsoever. We don't actually have to go and explore this just yet. It's kind of vacant for now, but hey, at least we acknowledge it. Okay, this spot I spy with my little eye another Amber Relic, which I'm going to go ahead and need for Skyloft later on. Master LSP, I have information to report. I can confirm that you will not be consumed by the sink sand in this current position. I suggest verifying your location on the map. Readings indicate that there is a submerged path beneath the sink sand. It is possible to walk along a route above this path without submerging completely into the sink sand. Simulations suggest that placing beacons to mark a safe route along these paths before proceeding would significantly reduce risk. I recommend placing multiple beacons. You know, this is like the greatest gift in Skyward Sword, being able to place multiple beacons originally, but instead of just one, you know? Anyway, go ahead and pick up that Amber Relic there, and, you know, the beacons method really does kind of beat, like, having to, you know, eyeball your path across without, and just hoping that you don't sink in this, like, sink sand. But, honestly, if you have any common sense, you're not going to get submerged. So, hey, it's up to you whether you want to use beacons or not, but anyway, just go ahead and pick these up, and we can proceed on. Now, as I seem to recall, we can go ahead and autosave by this specific bird statue, because when you go directly next to one, that is when the game autosaves. You don't have to associate it with A or anything, or talk to it. You just have to go next to it. So that's like one thing that they made different from the Switch version as opposed to the Wii version. And this path, funnily enough, you don't actually have to use your beacons for if you just kind of eyeball it, but follow that grass and you should be okay. Now, right up here will kind of mark the northeastern side of Lanayru, right here. This is like a big loop around path. We're not going to go all the way around, but more importantly, just like, you know, right here-ish. All we got to go ahead and do is jump on down here and go ahead and... Oh, I ran out of stamina. I ran out of stamina like a goofus. Anyway, go ahead and just roll this bomb there. Right there. Come on. Boom. And if I seem to also recall, there are some creatures down here that I should be aware of. But honestly, don't even mind them if you just, want to move on without any problems. Just kind of chill your way on across the baseline and not avoid any problems. But there is a big boy right here. Go ahead and take out a bomb, and funnily enough, I use the word funnily a lot in this episode for a good reason, but big chews or any of them could really just, consume bombs. Great enough. But go ahead and crack that chest on open, and we will get the 7th heart piece. Go ahead and pick this up on the northeastern side of Lanayru, and you'll be good to go. Good enough. Okay. Leaving, I think that we have to go ahead and attack our... I use attack as another keyword. But mind our very left side on the southeastern side, because there are 3 specific power nodes that encompass Lanayru, and they represent the provinces that we've went ahead and explored thus far: Lanayru, Eldin, and Farron. So, the one that we're going to go ahead and tackle now is the Eldin power node. And crazy, that one is actually the hardest one to do. And you'll see why in a second, if you've not played this game at all. But go ahead and just run along this way, and, making sure that, no, you want to go ahead and roll back. Anyway, go ahead and just run along this way, and not get bombarded by these little hermit crab dudes. I say little hermit crab dudes when they're like freaking twice my size. But anyway, stay there. Just go ahead and pull this lever down, and we should be good to go. This does kind of mark a shortcut for us, so just go ahead and mind that. And activate this little bird statue there, and enter the southeastern power node room. Okay, the biggest bone that I have to pick with this game is the fact that I have to ride a shell in this specific room. Just go ahead and ignore that shoe jelly there, and just go ahead and run Racha, and kind of hide behind this rock, and you shouldn't have any problems. But go ahead and run over on this specific part. Now, pick up some bombs when they're taking up like a third of Link's face because of his eyeball. Anyway, go ahead and just turn that away. Kind of turn that away. Hermit crab, you want to look at me? Hey, buddy. There we go. Just kind of make him go ahead and bop into that a couple times. Go ahead and give him a swipe 3 times. That'll pretty much kill him and make his shell float in the sand. Come on. There we go. Go ahead and just swack him. And his shell will eventually just float along the sand. Now, go ahead and abort his shell, game. Thank you. Because if you miss the shell, you have to go all the way back and kill him again and get him in like the right position. Just go ahead and get these little barrels here. What we want to go ahead and do up here specifically is push this block down. This will allow us access to the other side, as we do have to kind of, bring about one of these hermit crab guys, because it is, just the biggest misfortune, having to use our Beetle and carry like one of these guys across. But go ahead and bop open that rock and expose that time shift zone. Anyway, go ahead and just give that a zap and activate this place to the past time state. Man, it is beautiful. Anyway, the biggest annoying part of this room are these techno blends. The ones in here are like more ruthless for some stinking reason. I don't know why, but in this episode I'm hoping that they do not... Golden Skull? Huh. But in this episode I'm hoping that they do not give me any grief. That's what I'm getting at. Anyway, just go ahead and give him a zap and get shocked, of course. Of course, I'm just, standing right next to that orb. Get electrocuted. It's fine. It's fine. Hit me. There we go. Stab him to death. And there you go. Now, go ahead and pick up that heart because of our, good work that we just did. And pick up this guy. And go ahead and just drag him along this terrain. Or this big void. But go ahead and just plop him right here, because honestly, if you just put him right in that little spot, all you gotta do is just, whack him with a sword into that little uncaged part, and you should be good to go. I did kind of forget to open this chest. This should contain, according to my knowledge, an Elden Ore. Yep. You know, it's weird. We're not in Elden right now, and we got an Elden Ore. But honestly, maybe these places are connected in some way. You never know. Just go ahead and press the switch on down and whack them in there. That's like the hack with this place. Just use the Beetle and put that electric little crab guy in the hole. And there you go. Go on in here. What's up, dude? You look kind of suspicious, Verm. Don't let me catch you fiddling with this device. Bzz. You know, the more you tell me not to do something, it just makes me want to do it, man. Anyway, go ahead and shank this and turn it counterclockwise and shove it in. The Elden Flame. Nice. Yay. It's on the map. Go ahead and crack these chests on open if you want to, because honestly, you don't have to at all, but I may as well since they're just, right in front of me, because the game is just, telling me to open them up. This well-crafted horn is made of sturdy animal bone. You might find a use for this as a material. Thanks, game. Go ahead and crack this chest on open too. And 5 rupees. Not bad. Anyways. Leaving. Okay, so after leaving the Southeastern Power Node room, we're going to go ahead and tackle the north. Right alongside this path and ignore this hermit crab dude. Just kind of allow him to stack back like that. Whatever that, word means at all, but still. Go ahead and just run along this way. Hermit crab, stay. Bad hermit crab. Bad. Anyways, go along this way, and we can find the northern side if we're, sort of, so fortunate to do it. Just go ahead and trot along this little path here, and allow ourselves in. This one we have to, bomb our way into, and that's fine. Nothing wrong with that either. Just go ahead and wait for that bomb to erupt. Erupt. This is not a volcano. This is Lanayru. It's the desert. Anyways. Bomb that open, and this one should be a little bit easier. Okay, so there are no big paths here, and we have to, we don't have to ride any shells in this specific node. But we do have to go ahead and, again, bomb open one of these rocks in the middle of the room, which kind of serves as the room's, central time shift stone. But go ahead and unveil this, and you should be good to go. And there it is. And all you gotta do now is just give it a whack. Okay, the Technoblends in this room are probably the most ruthless ones that I've ever come across, because they're just, surrounding this place. Ow. Do it again. Do it again. I dare ya. Anyway, he's no longer a concern. What's up, buddy? Down. The vertical slice is probably the biggest, help in this episode. Or in the game in general. But the vertical slice, this move, so helpful. So freaking helpful. But go ahead and just use the Beetle and just carry him on across. And there you go. And all you gotta do is hit him in when he stops electrocuting. Go ahead, man. I just get it all out. And there you go. Easy. Okay, so this one, we do not have a robot telling us what to do, fortunately. Just go ahead and shank this and turn it counterclockwise and shove it in. And the electricity of Lanayru. Great sign. Thanks. We did it. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and give these little barrels a swipe here and find out what's in them. Slingshot seeds and a couple bucks. Not bad. We can go ahead and leave. Actually, may as well pick up these chests too while you're at it. I think another one is in here too. Where is it? Yep, right here. Red rupee. The fundage is coming back to us. We can go ahead and leave. Okay, so leaving the specific node here, we have one more node to go ahead and tend to, and it's right on the west side of the desert. All we got to go ahead and do now is, look at our very left side here. Now, if you go ahead and look and kind of eyeball it, using beacons here does, like, really seem beneficial, because all you have to go ahead and do is follow along. You don't have to use beacons, but honestly, given my luck during recording, it's pretty bad. I can just breeze by this without any beacons, without recording, but once I hit that record button, it just goes haywire. That's been my saying ever since Twilight Princess, but man, once I hit that record button, it just goes haywire, but it is what it is. Go ahead and bomb that open. Take these beacons off, because they will distract me later. There we go. And swap it. Alright, now we have to go ahead and play some little basketball here. Go ahead and jump these little bombs in the pots. And evade, so they don't fall on top of us. There you go. And I think in this hole, yep, another amber relic. Great, exactly what I needed for my upgrades at Skyloft. Go ahead and jab open this node and turn it. Bash. The third one. The Sign of Farron. Yay. Master LSP, all 3 remote power nodes have been activated. Please make your way to the power generator in front of Lanayru mining facility. Yes, ma'am. Anyway, go ahead and... you don't have to, deactivate that time shift zone if you don't want to. It's fine. But we are going to go ahead over to Skyloft right now. Or, not really, but we do have some goddess chests to go ahead and open in the sky. So, given our bird statue right there, we're going to go ahead and do that right now. Give me a second. Okay, so looking at our map, we have 3 goddess chests to go ahead and tend to. We have this one, which is right beneath us. It's very close. All you gotta go ahead and do is make a right, and it should be there. I think this one specifically, I don't have to go ahead and place a bomb down for, because there is no bombable wall on this specific island. But go ahead and dive down and just land on this ledge. And right beneath us should be that goddess cube. And this, I kind of lost track at this point, whether, what number chest this is. But just kind of go ahead and, eyeball it, and as long as you're opening it up, that's one more chest to open up. That's great. This is the heart medal. Carrying this will kind of make hearts appear at a more, often rate. But I'm kind of glad this is getting sent to item check automatically, because I honestly will not need it as much. Considering that I have a good fairy of use right there, so there you go. Go ahead and remove this beacon, and we have 2 more to go ahead and tackle on the northeastern side of the map, so go ahead and just label these right here. And we have a little bit of a flight to make, so give me a minute. We'll be right there. So on this island right here, just kind of, make knowledge of it on the map. Go ahead and hover right over it, and this should be another heart piece according to my knowledge as far as it goes. This should be the 8th one, from what I believe. Yep, the 8th heart piece. Pick this up on the northeastern side of the island, on this big tall pillar in the island, and this should be your 11th heart. Awesome. And we can go ahead and remove that beacon on the map, and we have 1 more to go, and then we are off to Skyloft for some upgrades. Let's do it. Okay, so this was like a little bit of a small jump cut because the island was literally just underneath us. All we got to go ahead and do is, and this is the bombable wall that I was talking about. Just kind of go ahead and bomb that open, and this should be another optional treasure. You don't have to go ahead and get this, it's not required, but if you want to open up every goddess chest in the game, then it is required for, that sake. But go ahead and crack this open, and this should be a nice little treasure. 100 rupees. Not bad. I'm not gonna lie, there was a bird just carrying a silver rupee right above me on my way to this island, and I literally could not get him. The rupee disappeared, because note that some birds in the sky carry rupees, and depending on how often you fail to pick up that specific rupee, it will disappear in the bird's feet. So keep that in mind. and it disappeared, so getting that rupee kind of made up for my loss. So, to Skyloft we go. Okay, so landing over at Skyloft, we have, again, a couple items to go ahead and upgrade. We're going to be going from this bandage shield to the braced shield, and we have all the items for that. So there we go. Go ahead and talk to Gondo here, or whatever his name is. Yep, Gondo. Yep, go ahead and talk to him and upgrade our gear. Yes, man, I appreciate it. We're going to go from this dirty-looking thing to the braced shield. Awesome. Go ahead and upgrade it, and go for it. And you can kind of go ahead and skip this cutscene, because I already watched it like 1,000 times, and you will have it right here. All done. Here you go. The braced shield. Nice. Now, we're not done. We have one more thing to upgrade, and that is the Beetle. If you really want to be efficient with this game, in like particular, and grabbing bombs or whatever and making your way to a certain spot, upgrade this boy, because honestly, you will need it. Now, I didn't mention that we needed some hornet larvae to go ahead and do this, which I need one more from Theron. Give me a second. So from the viewing platform, go ahead and enter the deep woods and go ahead and just grab yourself an extra hornet larva right here. It is kind of, dumb just making a trip here. But honestly, 2 hornet larvae. There we go. Back to Skyloft. Alright, so back to the bazaar. Do not make that same mistake that I made, because I did not acknowledge that I had one less hornet larva in the beginning of the episode. Silly me, but go ahead and upgrade this, and you'll be good. Go ahead and upgrade the gear, and upgrade the Beetle, and you should be good to go. The Speed Beetle. Nice. Nice speed. Go for it. I appreciate your hospitality, Gondo, because right now, I need the Speed Beetle, because I want to be efficient. And we have the Quick Beetle. Now, I'll be upgrading from this automatically to another Beetle right now, which is the Tough Beetle. Ancient Flowers, Amber Relics, everything I already have. It's already on hand. Upgrade, you should be good to go. Go for it, please. All done, here you go. We went from that to the Tough Beetle. Nice. You can fly farther now from anywhere, place, thing, wherever you want to fly from. That's all we're basically going to go ahead and upgrade in this episode, and that is it. Now, we are off to Lanayru to introduce the dungeon, and this dungeon will be kind of a two-parter because it is pretty lengthy and confusing to most others who've played this game that I've watched, and we're going to go ahead and break it down. Mostly in the next episode, but for now, we're going to go ahead and introduce it and give it a good call-off. Let's do it. Okay, so warping to the North Desert, we have that big cog to go ahead and, unlock. That's just, sitting right here for everybody to look at. Go ahead and bomb open these rocks, and we have a big cog lock to pick. Nice. But go ahead and bomb those rocks first and unveil that time shift stone. Go and whack it open and find out what's there. What's up, buddy? I know you want to talk to me. What's up? Did you figure out how to access the remote power nodes, Zerpt? Just setting the dials will not be enough to open the entrance to the facility room. Well, in which case, go ahead and open up your map and look at the position of each symbol. Okay? The one that kind of tripped me up as a kid, and it was really this one, it's not all the way to the left, it's got to be exactly this way. So, green, yellow, and red, go ahead and do it. Jab it, and we have the first one, which is the Lanayru one. Kind of stick that in there. And then we have the fire. Go ahead and turn that all the way this way. Right there. Up. Put that in there. And just go ahead and stab this one in, and you should be good. We've done it. Nice. Now, with this open, we have to, I guess if you want, sit down here and replenish your health. And this is nice. Kind of just go ahead and jump in here. And welcome to the third dungeon. Here it is. This is Lanayru Mining Facility. Now, when I say confusing, this place can be pretty damn confusing, I'm not gonna lie. But, honestly, if you know what to do, and you know like the backs, the ups and downs, the if, the whats, and the buts, and the so-ons, like I mentioned in my, past Zelda walkthroughs, specifically with one worker, get off of me, buddy. Anyway. Honestly, no, like, when it comes to certain things, I don't know what I just did. Beetle. Make sure that you go ahead and do what I'm telling you to do. Bomb the little dudes. Or, just this in particular. Put that right there. And we have a bomb to go ahead and throw at him because he's in the way. And that will allow us our way to the lever. And go ahead and bop him right there. And we have this one to bop as well. Yeah, putting a bomb right there is going to help me a lot. Go ahead and run over here. And kind of go ahead and bop him. There we go. Use our stamina to really just kind of jot across. And pull this lever down. That unlocks that. A chest to, go ahead and get. Most of these chests, honestly, are just collectibles and things that you really, wouldn't get on a day-to-day basis in a Zelda dungeon. But go ahead and get this on open, and you shouldn't have any problems. Red Rupee, not nice. Not nice? That's pretty damn nice. Golly. What's in here? I'm pretty sure it's just a, rupee of some kind. Nah, a bug. It's fine. Go ahead and just roll on through here and get to this ledge. And pull that lever down. Which will unlock that door. Nice enough. And drop on down. And we have to go and get into the next room, which I think will be a little bit, puzzling to most others. Because there will be some enemies in this room that are kind of hard to defeat if you don't know what to do. But go ahead and look at these dudes. And honestly, just like the Skyview Temple, go ahead and just wait for these guys to strike. And that failed. And that was already suckish. Try it again. And give them a good shield bash. And they should line up all the way horizontally. And it shouldn't be that bad. Just give them a good swipe and no problems. Just go ahead and take these guys on out as well. And we have a jelly blob just there waiting on me. Boy, you're really pushing your luck in this episode, aren't you? Anyway, roll on up here and open this door. And this will serve as the main room of the dungeon. Just the main one because there is a lot to explore in this particular part. But honestly, go ahead and just bust out the Beetle. And if you look off to your right side, there is a collection of crates to go ahead and just, get rid of. Go ahead and just drop on a bomb on those. And there you are. Now, the game wants you to think that this is your already, direction to go, which is just the case. It wants you to think that, but it's really not. All you gotta go ahead and do here is grab a little something and then head back down to the room that we were just in. But go ahead and bust this chest on open and grab something. A key. Yeah, a small key. Now, the game says, you should climb up the ladder. No, we're blocked. We're blocked. We can't do that yet. It's fine. Go ahead and just hang down and go in this part that we were just in. And as I seem to recall, a locked door was specifically in this part because the dungeon will get more confusing as time goes on. But again, we're breaking it down. Jump on down here, and which one of these was locked? Yep, that one. That one. I'm going to crack it open. And this will be the final room that I'm going to go ahead and do in this episode, because honestly, this dungeon is just lengthy in its own weight. It'll take me like a good hour and something to go ahead and do this dungeon. But go ahead and get these guys off of you and climb on up. And as I, kind of forgot, like a goofy boy, go ahead and just swoop on this way and grab a bomb and bomb this crate that is preventing us from climbing up this ladder. And get that. Go ahead and get these bugs off the wall. And just climb on up. Now, funny thing is that there is a, gate in the room that is guarding a time shift stone. Funny enough. Go ahead and bust out your Beetle, and if you walk off of this thing, it will close again. So make sure that you press down on the switch and then send your Beetle off to go ahead and get it. Okay? All the way this way, and bop it. Well, this seems like a good place to call it. So, in the next episode, we're going to continue the Lanayru mining facility. With that, stay tuned. Subscribe, like, comment, or anything else. And peace out, everyone.